Welcome along to another Chris McPherson Show live Watchalong. It's game 5 of the playoff series as Panathinaikos travel to Valencia for the chance to take on Real Madrid in the final 4 of this season's EuroLeague. The series tied at 2 games apiece. Panathinaikos won the first 2 games on Valencia's courts. Then Valencia went to Greece and took back the next 2 to level things up. This is huge. It is all on the line as we get set for tip-off in Spain this morning. Moray, I think the momentum's with Valencia. I think the momentum is with Valencia. Although no one has won a game on home court this series, there's only 10 points between them in terms of the total scores of the series so far. You can make a case for either, but yeah, look, I think I love the story of the underdog, Panathinaikos finishing 7th on the regular season ladder, but I think it will be Valencia. I think a little bit of power will show through, but I guess time will tell. 2 stacked rosters going head to head for a spot in the final 4. It's going to be an interesting one, that is for certain, and we look forward to when we get to the final 4, bringing you some of the semi-finals and finals. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Look, this series has delivered a lot of cracking games. I can give you that. There's been some wild ones in this one, so really looking forward to seeing how it comes along. So we'll see. Let's have a look at the starting 5 for the 2 sides. For Panathinaikos, it'll be TJ Shorts, Kendrick Nunn, the 2 guards, CD Osman, Nigel Hayes-Davis will be in the forward roles, and Kenneth Fareed, the American, will start as centre. That's a pretty stacked lineup. Osman averaging 13 points a game. Nunn, 19 points a game, and Hayes-Davis, 14 points a game. On the other side, we'll have Branco Barrio, the Senegalese man, Jean Montero, Cameron Taylor, Neil Sarko will play as a forward, and Matthew Costello. The man who lit up game 4 was Nicholas Rokikavopoulos, the one Greek man in the squad for Panathinaikos. So it'll be interesting to see if he can carry that form in. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. All of that stuff allows us to continue to grow our platform. The more we can grow our platform, the more we can bring you in terms of live watch-alongs. And we'll keep you up to date with all of the action here. Let me know as well where you're watching from around the world. Get involved in the comments. Two teams take the court now, all but set for tip-off. We've got a real international flavour when you look at these starting 5s. Valencia, Senegal, USA, Dominican Republic, France, and the Ivory Coast. For Panathinaikos, we've got a couple of Americans. 3 Americans in total in their starting 5. Also some Turkish representation. So quite a heavy American squad when you look at it, Panathinaikos. Expect we'll probably see 5 Americans in total rolling out for them today. Well, for Valencia, technically just the 3, although Darius Thompson and Matthew Costello both born in the USA. Now they represent Italy and Ivory Coast respectively as their national sides, naturalised players. All right, here we go. Getting set. First quarter underway. And the tip is won by Farid for Panathinaikos. And distribute the ball wide now on the right. Osman. Back to Shorts. Shorts skipping across the lane. Pull up three-pointer. Does not go. There was none. Just a little off angle. Montero now for Costello. Cam Taylor carves in. Can't get the two to go, but they take the rebound. Valencia, they pull up for another three here. Bardio misses the three. Costello gets the rebound again for Valencia, so they're still in possession. 45 seconds gone. No score yet. They work it into Costello at the free throw line. He uses his frame to back in, turn away, doesn't drop. Still no score. Nunn gets the rebound, and Panathinaikos in possession. TJ Shorts. Working around at the top of the three-point arc. Had a little bit of space. They try. Quick rotation. Ball out of bounds. Off Panathinaikos. Valencia ball, says the referee. It looks like he's got it right. Montero parried it onto the hand of C.D. Osmond. So it'll be Costello to inbound it for Valencia. 1 minute and 13 seconds gone. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in the comments. And we have a foul called on TJ Shorts. First foul of the game. So the inbound ball in the offensive half will be Montero with the ball for Valencia. On the right side, brings it in now. Branco Barrio pops the ball inside, kicks out to the left. They look at the three-point shot through Taylor, but he slides his way in, rolls it up off the glass. Juggled by about 4 players. TJ Shorts comes away with it. Gets a no-look pass out to the left. And we're going to have a foul, I think, on Kendrick Nunn here. A bit of a scramble, and Shorts just came up tops with it. Still no score. Great to have you all tuning in. As I said before, the one thing that helps us... No, the ball's gone out of bounds, they're going to say. So, it will be Panathinaikos ball. Kicked out now. Shorts spinning in. Kicks it out to the left for a three-point shot. No bucket. Minute 50 gone. Still no score. Montero drives it in to C.D. Osman, and he just steps across, closes the space. That'll be a foul against Osman. As I was saying before, really looking to continue to grow the channel here so we can bring you more and more live watch-along content across multiple sports, as well as our daily content that we drop each day. Montero now. Costello deep three. Doesn't go. Rebound taken. Bardio. Ball knocked out of his hands. And then it's come off his quad, says the referee. So it will be Panathinaikos ball. Just over 2 minutes gone. Still no score here. 2 minutes and 2 seconds gone. Ball's inbounded. Return to Shorts by Hayes Davis. And 2 players down, and we've got a foul call. Trying to work out. I think it's Farid down holding his knee. Came across and gets called for an offensive foul. But he's injured himself and come off second best, which is not good. Limited on their big man rotation. They won't want to see an injury to Farid at any point. Branco Bardio as well, holding his knee. I think they might have clashed knees, did they? Let's have a look at the replay. Yeah, they did. Just as Farid stepped to the outside, his Left knee would have clashed with the left knee of Branko Barrio. Farid is back on his feet, but he's clearly hobbling and being assisted off. Just looking at Bardio now. Looks like Bardio is actually massaging his quad, so whether the knee of Farid went into his left quad might be more likely. It will be Valencia ball. 2 minutes and 13 seconds gone. Still no score. Montero kicks it here. Up for the 3-point bucket, and there it is. First bucket of the game is Bardio with 3 from the left wing. Took us 2 minutes and 29 seconds to get our first bucket, but we are finally there. No, it's a 2-point bucket, they say. Toe was on the line. And so, took them 6 shots, but they got there eventually, Valencia. Now for Panathinaikos, can they manage to get their first bucket? Kendrick Nunn. Ball moved quickly. C.D. Osman going through and taken away from him by Branko Barrio. Lassort is out there now for Panathinaikos as the foul is drawn by Barrio carving his way through the lane and getting up and above. I think that's on Kendrick Nunn. Bardio's been busy both ends of the court. Great to have you all tuning in. Let us know who you think is going to take this one out. Valencia off to the slightly better start. I see some changes coming in. Braxton Key looks to be checking in for Valencia. Free throw drops. So it might just be that change. Braxton Key checking in for Costello. We've got Nathan Rivers in as well. So Rivers for Costello. Now, Panathinaikos pull up 3 from the left wing, left well short. That's Kendrick Nunn leaving it short. Score should be 4. There we go. That's more accurate. They leave a shot again. Offline here, Valencia. So nearly 3.5 minutes gone. Still no points for Panathinaikos. Hayes Davis on the right, 45-degree angle, backing his way in towards the edge of the lane. Gets away from Key. Osman pulls up for 3 and is hit. Nothing. No call there. That seems astounding, to be honest. But we continue on. Still 4-0 to Valencia. Carving his way through. Getting 2 points is Cam Taylor. Just put the accelerator down outside Lassort. Ball inbound. Rob Kavopoulos is out there now. As is Jerryan Grant for Panathinaikos. Kendrick Nunn has the ball now. Sweeps around to the right-hand side of the lane. Carves his way in and has the ball dispossessed by Bardio again. He's in a little bit of everything at the moment, Bardio. Jean Montero. Nice little work in under the hoop. Bardio turning away. Couldn't get it to go, though. Grant has the ball. Panathinaikos through Nunn. There it is, the first bucket. 4 minutes and 42 seconds it took them, but they are on the scoreboard. Kendrick Nunn gets the first bucket. Now Montero on the ball, working with Key. Key drives the outside of Lasort, and we're going to get an illegal block. The referee's got that one exactly right. Lasort didn't have his feet set. So we might have a timeout here. Chance just to settle things down midway through this first quarter. Interesting times. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments. Don't be shy. Let us know what country in the world you're watching from. Of course, it's game 5. The game-deciding match. Winner takes all here. Winner goes to the Final Four for a semi-final berth against Real Madrid. Loser, season over. Remembering heading into this, we had 10 points in total between the two sides across 4 games, but no one had won a match on a home court to this point. Panathinaikos got the first 2 in Valencia, and it looked like the 7th seed might just go through and knock out Valencia when they went home, but Valencia's flipped the script, and now it is 2 games apiece. And Valencia in the bonus, so after 5 minutes of this first quarter, Braxton Key will go to the line for free throws to try and extend this lead. He gets his first one. And his second one. Lead 8-2. Midway point of the first quarter. Now Jerry and Grant trying to find an avenue towards another score here. Hayes Davis kicks it out. Open 3 for Grant. Tip back in. Lasort doing the work. Been a slow start for Panathinaikos, but they're still well in this. Branko Bardio carves into the lane, kicks it out. Open 3 and drained. Look at that. That is beautiful from De La Ria. Panathinaikos looking for a response, trailing by 7. Hayes Davis into Lasort. Gets up and over. Referee says do not count the basket. So I have to think it'll be 2 free throws. Got a review happening, have we? Referees are going to go to table. Panathinaikos calling for a review here. So when the foul goes up, he's already in his step. So it's a point. Need so much conversation regarding the gather step. Yeah. Interesting times as to what they go with here. Debating whether or not it was in the shot, or whether it was prior to the shot. Panathinaikos trying to argue that it was within the shot range. But the challenge is unsuccessful. I'll say it was before his shooting step, so it'll just be an inbound ball and the bucket waved away. No luck for the French big. And no luck for the Greek side here. Playing away from home, facing a sea of orange. Little fumble there from Grant. No, we're going to have a reach-in foul against Thompson, who's out there now. Grant fading away. Excuse me. A foul called on De La Ria. That's a fourth foul against Valencia. So Panathinaikos not far from in the bonus, but not yet. Jerry and Grant now. It's been a spark since he's come back on. Rod Kavopoulos. Rod Kavopoulos tries to take on Thompson. Passes the ball inside. Hayes Davis. 2 seconds on the shot clock. He's got to get something away, and somehow gets a no-look floater to drop for him. That is absolutely phenomenal from the American. As Darius Thompson puts up a big three unopposed. Doesn't go, though. Now Grant. Hayes Davis tries to bank it in, but doesn't even get any rim. 3 minutes left on the clock. Shot does not drop for Braxton Key as he tries the finger roll under the hoop. And all of a sudden, Panathinaikos just decide to slow things down a step. Nunn comes to Grant, pops it over the top. Matthias Lazort backs away from Key. And then the foul's given, this time Key on Rod Kavopoulos. Rod Kavopoulos came in to clean up the scraps after Lazort missed. Braxton Key will check out. Rod Kavopoulos at the line. Both sides in the bonus now. He gets his first one. Margin back to 4. Great to have you all tuning in. Don't be shy. Get involved in those comments. Happy to chat all things basketball, not just EuroLeague. Let us know where you're watching from around the world, what country you're based in. Always intriguing to know what our spread of viewers is. As Rod Kavopoulos hits his second. If we've got half as broad a spread as these two teams do of nationalities represented, it'll be a good evening or morning, depending on which part of the world you are. De La Ria makes his way through, and we've got an offensive foul and a legal screen on Pradilla. There we go. Get someone, the Kings, watching in Australia. Hayes Davis can't get his shot to go. Margin stays at 3. Taylor hooks it over. Costello for a 3, and he nails it. Second 3 of the game. Second 3 for Valencia. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. They back to 6-point leaders. Now, Panathinaikos, Matthias Lazort drives to the edge of the lane, reaches up over the top, overcooks his shot. And Pradilla takes the rebound. Hands off to Taylor. Wide on the right-hand edge of offense for Valencia. He brings it back central. Now he drives around the right edge of the lane. Bounce pass, kicked out. Costello for another three. This time doesn't go. Rebound taken Grant. Quick movement to Kendrick Nunn. He's on the 45 on the right side of attack. Drives into the lane, gets in underneath. Tries to draw the foul. Lasorte muscles his way through, takes the rebound and takes it home. The Panathinaikos bench a little astounded that their side couldn't get a foul there. 14 points to 10. Di Maria Thompson, open three-point look left wing for Pradilla, and he's left it short and flat. 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It was a slow start for both sides. Very slow for Panathinaikos. Took almost 5 minutes for their first bucket. A real fight back here. They kick it wide. Hayes Davis can't get the three to go. Out of bounds. Panathinaikos want a coach's challenge. Will they use it? Three-point shooting's been a difference so far. 2 3-pointers for Valencia. Valencia in possession here. 15 seconds, no shot clock remaining. Montero happy to manage the clock down here. Try and get the last say in this first quarter. Drives it in, pops it back. 3-point shot. Doesn't go. Won't go. No points. 14 points to 10 at the quarter time break. 10 minutes down, 30 to go. Game still well and truly in the balance. Hey, all right. Hope Valencia wins. I can't say I have watched much of the Serbian Cup. I do enjoy some of the Serbian basketball, certainly when the sides come together in the EuroLeague. But yeah, haven't watched a lot of it. If it's something we can look at, then we can certainly look at engaging that. We cover a lot of the Australian basketball being in Australia. But with it being out of season, we've picked up the EuroLeague as well and cover a few other sports as well. It'd be great if Valencia win from a point of view of an all-Spanish semi-final up against Real Madrid for sure. So, all right, let's have a look at the numbers here. 2-point field goal shooting, 44% for Panathinaikos, which is decent. Shooting overall, not great. 23.5% for Valencia. 22% from 3-point, 25 from 2-point. Serbian Cup in football, Red Star versus Vojvodina. Yeah, right. It's all happening. It's getting to that pointy end of the season for a lot of European sport, isn't it? So, exciting times. I love this time of year as you get into May and a lot of these seasons come to an end in sort of the Northern Hemisphere sports. Obviously, a lot of the football leagues as well, basketball. There's plenty happening over that way. The Italian Open tennis going on at the moment as well. We'll be into Roland Garros soon. The NBA playoffs as well, they're all happening. Not yet. No, we need to get a little bit higher in terms of our subscriber count before we get to that point. At the moment, the only way we get those is from what I think they call like the supers. So if people tip us, which doesn't happen a lot, and we certainly don't expect. So at this stage, not a lot yet. So we need to get to about 1,000 subscribers, I think, and then we'll be in that ballpark of being able to get a little bit of money from YouTube. At the moment, I do quite a lot of commentary and just enjoy doing this. So if it makes some money in the long run, that'll be wonderful, but not necessarily about it. But if people, as I say, no expectation. If people make donations, that's how we sort of get little bits at the moment. But again, doing commentary a lot on the weekends for sport here in Australia. This is a good way to keep sharp and stay on top and bring people some coverage of other games. Second quarter just getting underway now. Great to have you all with us. Make sure to hit like on the video if you haven't already. Hit subscribe on the channel. British? No, I'm Australian, mate. Australia. Down under. Amari Moore out there now for Valencia. He's got the ball and he's going to go in, drive it in. Can't get across the defensive pressure though. And then Gomez out there for Panathinaikos. The one Spaniard on the Panathinaikos team playing against the Spanish side, obviously. Kendrick Nunn with the ball. Now, C.D. Osman. Deep three-point shot from Nunn. That is nice. He hits it. It's a one-point ball game. That's what Panathinaikos needed early here. Have I ever seen sharks in New South Wales? I haven't seen them, no, but there's certainly plenty of them about. I mean, I've seen them when I've gone to the aquarium, but I don't think that counts. The three-point shot goes up from Bardio for Valencia. Doesn't go, and Panathinaikos come away with the rebound. I did have one of my schoolmates who was actually got a little bite from a shark recently. He's a surfer, so out there a little bit more. 2 points going the way of Sarko for Valencia. Kendrick Nunn working his way around here, drives into the lane. And it's called as an offensive foul. I'll say that Bardio was set. Bronco Bardio has been the absolute lifeblood of Valencia today so far. He's got a couple of steals already. He's been involved in plenty of the offense. And now he draws a key offensive foul. Second foul for Kendrick Nunn. Cam Taylor goes to work here for Valencia. Little mid-range jumper. Doesn't quite drop, but Pradilla gets the rebound. Has it knocked away by C.D. Osman. Quick break. Little roll up. And are we going to have goaltending here? We are goaltending. Update that scoreboard. We didn't have the last bucket up, sorry. So, Panathinaikos for the first time today, 2 minutes into the second quarter, take the lead. I said, great to have you all tuning in. Don't be shy. I'd be like Ore has, get involved in those comments. Happy to chat anything, whether it's Australian wildlife, basketball, soccer, any other sports. Bronco Bardio mid-range jumper. Doesn't get it to go. Out of bounds. Last touch will be Panathinaikos. Let's have a look at the score in that soccer. All right. Red start with a lot of work to do. Down 2-0 at halftime. I'm going to assume, mate, that that's where you are in the world, Serbia. 3-point shot pulled up. Montero hits it for Valencia. They're back on top here. 19-17. Grant with a 3-point shot trying to go back. Doesn't get it. Braxton Key gets the rebound for Valencia. They charge it down court. Montero. C.D. Osman called for the foul. He wants to appeal. Strongly signals to the bench that they should consider challenging. Not happening. So inbound ball here. Taylor, nice bounce pass into the lane, a little feint, and Montero hits it. No. Doesn't. He found the outside of the rim. I thought it had dropped straight in. Same problem at the other end, and Braxton Key goes the length and has it taken out of his hands. Does he? Well, they're going to say he hit his hand there. It's Grant that's involved. Yeah. Plenty happening in this one. All on the line. A spot in the Final Four up against Real Madrid. So it will be Braxton Key going to the line. He hits the first. He's got the Zorro face markers on Braxton Key. Just over 3 minutes gone in this second quarter. And he hits the second as well. Back to a 4-point lead. That lead was ever so brief for Panathinaikos. Almost just tipped in there. Lasorte couldn't quite control it. He's going to have to get through big minutes. That injury to Fareed didn't look great. Braxton Key gets two. Just goes straight down the middle himself. Coast to coast. And we're going to have a timeout here maybe. Did well. Worked it in between Rod Kavopoulos and C.D. Osman. We do indeed have a timeout. Timeout Panathinaikos. We're back to the same margin we had at the start of this second quarter. Let's have a look at our leading stat getters so far. Leading point scorers, Braxton Key with 6 leads the way for Valencia. Kendrick Nunn with 7 leading the way for Panathinaikos. On the rebounds front, again, Key with 4 leading the way for Valencia. Both Rod Kavopoulos and Jurian Grant have 4 each for Panathinaikos. Grant leads with 2 assists for Panathinaikos, while it is Jean Montero with 3 leading the way for Valencia. As we come out of this timeout. Rod Kavopoulos on the move here. 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half here. Valencia's hosting the 5th match as a second seed. Ball just knocked away there, taken away Cam Taylor. Thought about using Thompson, decided to do it all himself. And they now all of a sudden have their biggest lead of the game at 8 points. Rod Kavopoulos puts up a 3. He was good in game 4, not so good here. Montero, little crossover, trying to draw in a couple of defenders. And Gomez out there. Ball just bricked at the rim by Braxton Key. C.D. Osman tries to go coast to coast, draws the foul. And he should go to the line for 2 here. Big pressure point for Panathinaikos is how they get through their big man minutes. Ken Fareed going down. And they got through 2 minutes before going off with a knee injury. It'll be interesting times. 5:40 on the clock. C.D. Osman at the line for Panathinaikos. Great to have you all tuning in. Don't be shy. Make sure you get involved in those comments. As Osman just overcooks that a little bit. The first one doesn't go. As I say, get involved in those comments. If you're enjoying the content and want to see more basketball and other sports, make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. Helps us to grow this platform, which means we can bring you more and more content. Osman hits the second one. So 1 from 2 there. Margin back to 7. Braxton Key gets a little breather. Matthew Costello checks back in. So you got Bardio, Taylor, Ruvers, De La Ria, Costello out there for Valencia. As Taylor pulls it back. Ruvers for 3, leaves it short. And Gomez almost got it, but was just taken out of his hands by Costello, who bats it back to Taylor. Spin move, kicks it back, another 3-point shot. That one was in, then back out again. From Rivers, just can't quite buy one at the moment. Ball attempted to be kicked out, looking for TJ Shorts, but it's taken away. Taylor pushes it wide. Bardio for 3. He really just looked like it took a lot of effort to get that 3-point shot up and didn't go. Halfway through the second term, TJ Shorts back out there, going to work for Panathinaikos. Sweeps his way through, carves around the back door. Sends it back to Osman, who goes wide to none, over the top for Lasort. 4 on the shot clock. Lasort under pressure here, tries to get a shot away, does get a shot away. Wasn't a great one, though. And Valencia run away here. De La Ria with the ball. Under pressure, gets away from Lasort. Costello, open 3. Just a little to the left. TJ Shorts barking orders at his team as Panathinaikos in possession. Push back down the court. 4 minutes 20 remaining. 7-point ball game. Work to be done. Shorts for 3. Leaves it fittingly short. Taylor straight over the top. De La Ria takes it to the hoop. And again, they extend to a bigger lead than they've had today. Out to 9 points. 4:05 on the clock. And we're going to have another timeout here for Panathinaikos. Things unravelling fast for the Greek side. They did so well to get back in it. Took the lead early in this quarter. And now it has just fallen away. A 13-8 run now. If I'm not mistaken, I think they led 17-16. So an 11-1 run. And considering that Valencia are only shooting at under 33%, this could be a lot worse for them. Panathinaikos struggling from 3-point range, 9%, 1 from 11. They've created 25 shots to 31. Being out-rebounded. Out-created. Been a strong performance from Valencia outside of their actual shooting accuracy. If that comes back to where they normally have it, this could be an absolute slaughtering if Panathinaikos can't find something. A bit of treatment for Costello. There's Pradia's back out there for Valencia. Taylor gives it to that man Pradia and he takes it to the hoop. Double-digit lead now. Things are unravelling fast for Panathinaikos. The attack down there. Now let's take a look at how he into that. Panathinaikos unravelling a little bit here. Kendrick Nunn in a running battle with the referees as well. What's going to happen here? Interesting times. Let's see what they come up with here. They going with a technical here? Not quite sure what's happening. We've got an extended delay. Referee now talking to the coach. Ergen Adaman, he's got a technical foul. There we go. That's what's happened. Finally got there. We've worked it all out. Meanwhile, the sweat moppers are out there working overtime. Yeah, they are being a little bit tactically outplayed here. They're being forced into some more uncomfortable shots, I think. It's probably a fair thing to say. But again, they're shooting. They're at 28%, so that's where the pressure's being put on them. And then there's a few times here where they're just rushing things. So it's an interesting time. But De La Ria is at the line for the technical foul free throw. And he hits that, so it's a 12-point lead. It's not impossible to overcome. Another stoppage here. Floor wipers are out again. The referee seems more confused than anyone. Oh, it can be, but these sides love to throw up threes, and eventually they tend to run hot. So, the EuroLeague, they quite often will go on some wild runs with 3-point shots, but I just think even their 2-point shots, they just need to be smarter about it. They're missing a lot of buckets in underneath, and then you look at the offensive rebounds. They've only got 3 offensive rebounds, so when you're missing shots, you've got to be pushing that offensive glass. So here's CD Osman with the ball. 3:43 left in this half. CD Osman pulls up for a deep three. Again, overcooks it. Maybe get some confidence back into the 2. Might be easier for now for Power. But this is where we are. Bounce pass in Taylor. Ruvers, De La Ria's there on the left. Just meandering back around. Gives it off to Taylor, who's got a step of space, and he hits the 3. That hurts. That hurts. You want the other side missing a couple of shots, not hitting everything that comes. What response can they find here? Osman. Hayes Davis. Someone needs to take this by the scruff. Hernan Gomez. Just airballs a 3. It's not getting any better, Panathinaikos. It is not getting any better at the moment. Oh dear, tough times. 15-point lead. Kendrick Nunn, is he going to be called for a foul here? I think he is. He's just manhandled his opponent. They've cut away from that to go and watch some other replays. That's not really what we want. Yep, so now Bardio will go to the free throw line. Lithuanian Marius Grigonis will check in. We've also got Vasilis Toliopoulos in there as well. They're starting to try some things here at Panathinaikos. Bardio hits the first one. inside the final 3 minutes of the half. This is a lopsided encounter at the moment. Nearly doubled their scoring output in this first half to this stage. Two minutes 45 to go. Panathinaikos now. They've got the ball. Grigonis. Grant over the top for Lasort. Get something back. He does. Will it be the N1 here? That'll be the question. I think it'll be the early foul, so I don't think it'll be the N1. No, it won't. So the inbound ball at the baseline. Lasort working against Costello. Just trying to outmaneuver him. Hayes Davis behind his back, nearly lost it. 3 on the shot clock. Floats one up, doesn't go. And again, Valencia just take the rebound. They're just being out-hustled and forced into poor shots at the moment. Cam Taylor for 3 from the left flank. Bounce around. Got a foul called maybe on De La Ria. Let's have a look here. Off the rebound. Taylor's 3 goes up with 2:16 on the clock. It's on Pradea, just over the top, over the shoulder. Okay, nice and clear cut. Ball inbound. No, they're definitely not, mate. That's the big hole at the moment. Not getting that offensive glass. A little bit of one-out stuff in the post. Toliopoulos. Trying to find a route. 3 seconds on the shot clock, and he's way downtown. That's poor game management. And away comes Cam Taylor. Little move inside. Nice block. Jerry and Grant. That was good hustle. And a fumble. That's poor turnover. Not even really contested in your own, inside your own defensive three-point arc, and they've turned the ball over. Panathinaikos. They are having a nightmare at the moment. Minute 30 to go till half-time. 3-point shot. Is that contact on him? No. Play on, says the referee. I thought it might have been a bit of contact from Grigonis on the three-point shooter. So it stays 35-18. Toliopoulos now. And a foul called on Costello. So Panathinaikos get given the foul here. The sideline ball. Grant to inbound at 1:16 on the clock. Into Toliopoulos. Kicks it to Grant. He drives to the top of the lane, steps back, floats it up, and it drops. There we go. Been a while between drinks, but they get there. 15-point margin, a minute to go in the half. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel. Get involved in those comments. It's great to see a few of you in there. Ball floated over the top. 3-point shot goes up. Doesn't drop for Valencia. 40 seconds game clock. 20 seconds shot clock. Toliopoulos. For Grant. Just slides his way through. Kicks it out. Bounce passing everywhere, but it's not quite doing much. And then Hayes Davis nails a 3 from on the 45. Right side. Gets the points. Yeah, they're slowly getting into it. They're getting a little bit of a run. They just need to keep this momentum up till half time and then make sure they come out of the blocks well. But you got to remember they led this game early in this quarter. 3-point shot. Cam Taylor can't get it to go. That'll be all she wrote. A low-scoring first half, 35-23. The leaders, we have a scattering of players when we look at Valencia on leading points. Cam Taylor, 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. De La Ria, 6 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Braxton Key, 6 points, 4 rebounds, and That is about the bunch of it. Oh, sorry, Branko Badio, 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. On the other side, we've got Kendrick Nunn with 7 points, 1 rebound, but an alarming 4 turnovers. We then go back to Nigel Hayes-Davis, 5 points, and no other major stats. And Jerian Grant, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Definitely the most impressive of them for mine. The most impressive players so far, Jean Montero and Branko Badio for Valencia. And then Jerian Grant carrying a lot of load, from my view, for Panathinaikos. They carved the lead back a little. It is 35-23 at half time. It's been great having you all with us for the first half. We're going to take a short break. We'll be back in about 8 minutes or so with the second half of this one. We look forward to seeing you then. Well, we're back just in time for this third quarter. It's about to get underway. I'll just adjust some camera pieces. There we go. All right, the Serbian Cup. I did see that. Red Star got a goal back inside the last 20 or so there. So they are on the march. Let's hope, similarly, Panathinaikos can close the gap a little bit here and make a game of this. Brigona's an early foul here. So Panathinaikos pick up where they've left off, unfortunately. Brunkle Bardio has the ball for Valencia. 7 on the shot clock. Pulls up for a 3 and hits it. That is not what you wanted if you're a Panathinaikos fan. Toliopoulos. On a smaller lineup here. The good news is Farid is back out there. 3-point shot thrown up from Toliopoulos and didn't even get any rim. As Montero draws the foul. So second foul of the quarter already, less than a minute gone. I'm going to keep an eye on that Red Star game now. All right. So am I right in saying, all right, if they win that, they go into the Europa League qualifying round? Montero at the line for Valencia. Free throw line. Hits his second one. Missed the first one. But they're out to a 16-point lead. Yeah, let me know about that, all right? Bounce pass and, oh dear, Lasort just leaves it behind. Fortunately, it falls friendly and they get a 3 back. That's nice. Hayes Davis gets it done. Just comes in, picks up the scraps. We get back to a 13-point game. I'm just looking at it. So Red Star have won the last 5 of those. As Bardio gets a 2. No, it was Montero. Apologies. So 3-point shot put up. Grigonis can't get it to go. Lasort. Yeah, Moray, they're out to a slow start here. Cam Taylor gets another 2 for Valencia. They're just creeping away again. 17-point lead. 2 minutes 10 gone. Toliopoulos. I'm not even sure what that was. He had an open lane and he pulled up, hovered in the air and then kicked it out. But they get another 2 here. That's better basketball from Panathinaikos. A little confused by the way Toliopoulos goes about a lot of things. Hayes Davis up to 10 points. Thompson comes in, hands off to Sarko. It's going to be a foul on Farid. So Sarko at the free throw line. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I think Valencia actually match up really well with the Murray, but again, you've got that piece of, as they go, Noten 0 from 2 from the free throw line there for Sarko. That's poor from Valencia. I don't love the format, to be honest, where it's sudden death one game. I like this, basketball having playoff series. I understand they're trying to make an event in one location with the Final Four process they do. As Toliopoulos is fouled, and now at Panathinaikos, well, they say this was in the act of shooting. Surely they will. I think Toliopoulos will go to the line here. The EuroLeague broadcasters, Toliopoulos at the line. EuroLeague broadcasters find the weirdest times to show replays. He gets the first one. Great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel. It allows us to grow and scale what we're doing. And he gets the second one as well. 13-point ball game. And Valencia with the ball. Thompson. De La Ria for 3. Finds the front of the rim. It's a big margin to claw back, but it's not impossible at this point. That they need to get moving, Panathinaikos. Ball knocked out of their hand by Jean Montero of Valencia. So it'll be Panathinaikos inbound ball on the sideline. And away they go here now. Valencia after getting the stop. Montero. Drives into the edge of the lane, kicks it out. Open 3 for Thompson. Just a little short, doesn't get it to go. Valencia have picked up their 2-point shooting, that's for sure. But neither side exactly lighting it up from 3 as a foul called here on Montero, I think. Yeah, will be just hooking Grant. Interesting, interesting times, I should say. Excuse me. Panathinaikos possession. Grant inbound. Lasor hands it back to Grant. He's deep. He sweeps to the right edge of the lane. Steps back. Toliopoulos from way downtown for 3, and he hits it. The bench guard finds his range and gets us back to a 10-point margin. They can find a stop here, Panathinaikos. Stop and score, and all of a sudden, that margin starts to seem manageable. Braxton Keys kicks it out wide. Roovers back to De La Ria, almost on halfway. 4 on the shot clock. He takes on Grant. Little spin move. Step back. Loses the ball. Shot clock violation. Great defensive pressure there from Panathinaikos. They tiptoed on the line, to be fair, with some of their physicality. De La Ria is frustrated with himself. Copped a knock on the hand after he lost the ball, I think. And Grant got the ball and the hand came through and clipped Grant. So, Toliopoulos now with full of confidence after draining that last 3. It's just about channeling it the right way, not overhyping yourself, I think. Lasort. Another foul called here. Is this on Roovers? Yeah, Roovers holding Lasort. I just feel like Panathinaikos is starting to get a little bit of flow. I think they're back in it yet. We're at the halfway point of this quarter. 3-point shot goes up and is drained. Jerry and Grant, 7-point ball game. Hold on to your hat. Grant putting the pressure on now. Thompson gets the ball for Valencia. Push up and close down the space. Braxton Key against Lasort. Over the top. Lasort gets a fingertip on it. Gets the last touch. It'll be out of bounds. Let's clip the rim on the way through as well. So it'll be 14 seconds on the shot clock. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, referee's got that exactly right. Absolutely nailed it. It's amazing now for Panathinaikos. Just a little bit of a run here. Gets it back to a 7-point game. They finished the last quarter well as well. They've carved it back from a 15-point lead to a 7-point for Valencia. And now Valencia are taking a timeout, trying to stem the flow. Let's run through those leaders again. Nigel Hayes-Davis with 10 points is leading the way for Valencia. Next best, Jerry Grant, 7 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. And Kendrick Nunn, 7 points, 1 rebound. Next on the pecking order for them would be Vasilis Toliopoulos with 5 points. On the flip side for Valencia, equal leaders for them. Branko Bardio, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist and a steal. Cam Taylor, 9 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists and a steal. That is a big stat line. And then you go back to 3 players all on 6 points. De Loria, Key and Montero. Key with 4 rebounds. Montero with 3 rebounds and 3 assists. The Panathinaikos active fans are starting to make some noise. And he's getting up and about. It's great to have you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and get involved in those comments as Murray and Ore have. As I check over to that Serbian Cup, Ore 2-1, 82 minutes or so gone. Work to do for Red Star, as there is work to do here, and we get another foul. Basket waved away, though. Foul will be called on Lasort. So, Branko Badio at the free throw line. Gets his first one. Lasort with 2 fouls now. Badio, the first of Valencia's players into double digits. He can take the lead as the leading scorer in the game here with a second free throw. And he does get that. Back to a 9-point lead. Grant with the ball for Panathinaikos in their own half. Drive down court. Three-pointer put up and absolutely nailed. Hayes-Davis, that is nice shooting. He's having a day of it. He's up to 13. It's a 6-point ball game. Three-pointer back from Badio. It's good, they say. This is where they start firing the two sides. This is what I was talking about before when Murray was asking about that Boston Celtics analysis. You get two teams that'll just start kicking. Toliopoulos drains a 3 from the right wing. It's a shootout and a half here. Who blinks first? 48-42. Branko Badio drives his way in. I'm not quite sure about his method of shooting, in inverted commas. But he just goes into a pack and jumps up in the air and gets the ball trapped and gets a foul. 48-42. 3 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in this quarter. And we've managed to get a game on our hands. Badio, another free throw. It's him up to 12 points. 7 of those from the free throw line. He's had more visits to the free throw line than Panathinaikos as a team. And he gets another. That brings up the half century for Valencia. 50-42, 3:27 on the clock. He's got 16 points, 8 from the free throw line. Grant now. I just wonder if that little stoppage cools the hot hands of both sides. Kendrick Nunn pulls back outside the three-point arc. Drives into the lane. Goes up and over. Can't get it to go. Toliopoulos comes in, though. Aggressively hunts it. Hayes Davis goes to fire up a three. A little bit. All right, we've got a shot clock violation, but they're going to say that it hit the rim. So they want to challenge this. Let's have a look at this angle. Does it actually touch the rim? Yeah, it hits the underside of the rim. No, they're going to say it doesn't. All right, well, that could be key for Panathinaikos. Shot clock violation called as. It's Cam Taylor just has it taken away. Jerry and Grant, beautiful work. An option on his left. He goes to Nunn on his right. Back to a 6-point ball game again. 50-44. They're not going away, the Greek side. 2:35 on the clock. Braxton Key carves his way through. Open dunk. 50-40. Oh, wrong way there. 52-44. And a foul comes at the other end. Have the inbound ball here, Panathinaikos. 2:20 on the clock. Kendrick Nunn. Little fumble. They're going to say backcourt violation. There's no touch. Jerry Grant, that steal just before, brings up his 150th steal in his career. The Serbian Cup ticking down there, all right. Almost at the end of regulation time. Red Star still chasing the game. Ball out of bounds here. Last touch, Matthias Lassalle. It's going to come down to this one. Two minutes and 17 seconds here. Inbound, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Branko Barrio sweeping around from the right wing. Carves in towards the lane. Gives it to Braxton Key. Back to Barrio for three. Leaves it well short. Panathinaikos ball. 2:07 on the clock. Good defensive stop. He's been a star, the Senegalese man today, Branko Barrio. 16 points. 2 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Some players knocking on the door in a couple of instances, maybe, of double-doubles here. Lassalle. Nigel Hayes-Davis. Pulls back, steps up, deep three, air ball. Taken by Costello. And that'll be a foul on Lassalle. Just fought too hard for it when he wasn't on it. Let's hook the arm of Lassalle and Lassalle grimacing in pain. Costello grimacing in pain. Still plenty of time for twists and turns in this one. Great to have you all tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel and get involved in those comments. This one going to come down to the wire. Costello misses his first free throw. 1:44 to go till three-quarter time. Shoots free throws at 48%, Costello. And he's none from two on this occasion. Not his finest moment. Ball popped in. Toliopoulos back over the top. Can't get the go. 10 on the shot clock. Grant steps back, thinks about the three. Osman drives into the lane. Floats it up over the top. That is a nice ball. And a nice finish from C.D. Osman. Got it done. A stop here would be monumental. 6-point ball game with just over a minute left in this quarter. 9 on the shot clock. Bardio in possession. Up against none. Now there's 3, 2, 1. Floats it over the top. Doesn't get it to go, but does get the rebound. Goes again, and it drops. They did well to put the pressure on, but they needed to get that defensive glass in this case. Bardio up to 18 points. Only 2 players on the court in double digits. The other one's Nigel Hayes-Davis. As Osman draws the foul here. Braxton Key. That's Key's third foul. 34.5 seconds on the clock. So the good news for Panathinaikos is they will get another possession here. If they can manage this smartly. And Kendrick Nunn takes a little breather. Juancho Hernan-Gomez comes back into the game. So, C.D. Osman. No good with his first one. He's 1 from 2 at his first visit to the line. If they get a stop and a bucket, we could be going to three-quarter time with a 4 or a 5-point margin here. He gets the second one. So 7-point deficit at the moment. 34.5 seconds on the clock. You would think Valencia will try and manage this a little bit and try and bring it down. And they're damned if they do, damned if they don't at 35 seconds. So best case, you're going to leave your opponents 11 seconds, which is plenty of time to traverse the court. Worst case, you're doing yourself out of another possession if you can't use it quickly. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Bardio goes in. Beautiful movement. Takes himself to 20 points. In a low-scoring game, that is a good showing. Branko Bardio. Ball kicked out now. Grant. 3-point shot. Look at that. Hernan-Gomez hits it on the buzzer. And we've got a 6-point ball game. That's a much better quarter. They finished the second well. They've been strong in the third. And there is just enough of a sniff to say maybe they can do it and chase down Valencia on Valencia's home court here in the final quarter. All on the line. 6 points the margin. Remembering, 4 games. Total points between those 4 games leading this one, just 10 points the difference. Which when you think about it is quite wild. Of course, the side's already through. Fenerbahce will play Olympiacos. Real Madrid will play the winner of this in the final 4. Biggest margin of any of the games so far is 4 points. Let's say the combined margin of all 4 games is 10 points. The difference between the 2 teams over the 4 games, though, Valencia on top by 4 points. So total difference through 4 games and 3 quarters is 10 points if it stays at this margin. That they've outscored Panathinaikos by. Panathinaikos won the first game by 1, the second game by 2. Valencia took game 3 in Athens by 4, and then game 4 was decided by 3. I feel like whoever wins this one almost needs to win it by 5, just to complete the set. All but set for the fourth quarter. As you can see, my dog has just got back from her morning walk and is carrying on, flying around in the background. Well, let us know who have you got from here. Who's got power? Who's chasing Panathinaikos, running this down? They're going to start with possession. That helps. It's a 6-point ball game. All on the line. Winner take all from here. So, C.D. Osman. Red Star getting it done as well. All right, leveling it up in 6 minutes of stoppage time. What about that? Panathinaikos couldn't convert their first possession, and now a foul here on Hayes Davis. So Valencia fans doing signs of the cross in the stands. It's all happening. Cam Taylor, crossover, step forward move. Jeez, he's lucky not to get called for travel there, but he missed anyway. So Panathinaikos, work to do here. Toliopoulos has seen some big minutes in this game. Here we go. C.D. Osman. Oh, open bucket in the post, and he just missed it. He's overzealous with it. They're the little moments. Taylor kicks wide. Padilla, open 3. That helps Valencia. Open 3 on the right wing. James Padilla. And Gomez. Osman. Osman hits a 3 straight back. That's the response they needed. Thompson pops it over the top. Rivers does the work. Gets the 2. 8-point margin. Toliopoulos. Now, Toliopoulos steps up. Ball swatted out of the air, though. That is beautiful work there. Jean Montero. Bucket here would be big. 2 minutes gone. Ball kicked back out. Well read. Toliopoulos takes it away. Makes up for his missed shot. Kendrick Nunn. Reach in foul against Montero. Looks already like your Serbian Cup final is going to extra time. $7:53 on the clock here. Might just be going to adjust that. At this stage, Valencia have 1, maybe 2 toes into the Final Four. I'm not prepared to give them even a whole foot. 1 or 2 toes would be about it. Now, Jerry Grant for Panathinaikos works his way into the lane, kicks it out. Kendrick Nunn for 3, doesn't get it. They get the rebound. They get the 2-pointer, though. Hernan Gomez in underneath. 6-point game, 2.5 minutes gone in the final term. All floated up over the top. That'll be a foul on CD Osman over the back. It'll be 2-point shooting for Valencia. Rivers will go to the line. He just had eyes only for the block. Missed the man coming up. I think they've just been smarter about the shots they're taking, and then they've found their range a little bit too. And they've hit a couple of 3-pointers, which has helped, but a little bit more defensive pressure. They've gone away from some of their normal starting five. They sparked a few things by bringing Toliopoulos in. Molly wasn't doing a lot of heavy lifting necessarily himself. He just seemed to fit into that pattern a bit better. 2 free throws, both hit. 8-point ball game, 7 minutes and 19 seconds. Unfortunately, Murray, the big challenge might be that it might be a little too late. I mean, it's not yet, but they need to start chipping down this lead and maintaining it down in the 2-bucket region, not the 3 to 4 bucket region. CD Osman carves around the outside and again misses an easy layup. That's twice in this quarter already. He's left points on the floor. Branco Barrio. We got an offensive foul there. Certainly do against Sarko. There's some little moments. The Frenchman gives away a crucial foul. Braxton Key will check back in for Valencia. Sarko checks out. So Panathinaikos ball inbound at their defensive baseline. 6:57 on the clock. Jerry and Grant brings it down to half court. Gets a little bit of space. Lays it out now. Hernan Gomez back to Grant. 7 on the shot clock. Need to find something here. Gets it inside. Hayes Davis, ball batted down. Hernan Gomez throws up a 3. Doesn't go, though. Another miss. It's tough. Bardio, Thompson now. Thought about the 3. Drives into the lane. Doesn't drop. Out of bounds. Off CD Osman. Osman is irate, but I think the referee's got that right. Let's have a look at the replay. Yep. Exactly right. 6:22 on the clock. 14 seconds on the shot clock here. Valencia ball. Branco Barrio. Throws up a 2. Deep 2. Leaves it short, though. Rebound comes back to them. Now 3-point shot. Can't get it to go. Sarko with the rebound. Glass is not Powell's friend, and they pay the ultimate price there as Thompson drains a 3. Now, all of a sudden, it's an 11-point ball game, and you start to think it might be getting a bridge too far for Panathinaikos. The coaching staff of Valencia are calling for noise from the crowd. Kendrick Nunn, Jerry and Grant. Tries to flick up a miracle one-hander. On the move, doesn't go. Thompson. De La Ria pulls up, hits another 3. Valencia is celebrating. It's not quite there yet, but it's getting close. 5.5 minutes to go. Panathinaikos call a timeout, and you can see the body language on the Panathinaikos players knows that this is going to take a minor miracle from here as they trail all of a sudden again by 14. They've done so much to get back into it. And then all of a sudden, Valencia just found some shots. Panathinaikos, to be fair, just a couple of rush possessions and a couple of easy misses in this quarter already are the difference. They get those 2 open CD Osman shots earlier in this quarter. And before those 2 3-pointers go down. They are sitting in a very different spot. They're in a 4-point ball game. That tells the story. Valencia up to 46% from 2-point shooting. They're at 22% at the end of the first quarter. Well, the writing is on the wall a little bit. Who's the clutch, RA? Who is the clutch? Tell me, who is the clutch? I'm starting to think it might be Red Star Belgrade in the football. Back in here. Montero is clutch. Yes, he is if we're talking here. He's a very classy baller. There's a lot to like about him. Ball in, out of bounds. Last touch is a fingertip from Valencia, so it will be Panathinaikos ball, but there's 3.4 seconds on the shot clock as we get to the middle of this final term. It's getting more and more miracle range required. Not beyond, but getting less and less likely. They need a bucket here. 3.4 seconds. $69.55. 3.4 seconds. I'm keeping an eye on it. Don't worry, all right. We're just talking about the fact that Zavada had got the Red Star had got the goal back late in stoppage time. I'll be keeping an eye on it while we keep streaming this, don't worry, but I'm only keeping an eye on the scoreboard, not on the actual stream. I don't have that stream here at the moment. Kendrick Nunn. Working it down court. They need to pull something out here and getting a loose pass turned over. The Braxton Key takes to the hoop is not the solution they were looking for. 16-point ball game. 4:36 on the clock, and yeah, I think that's the fat lady warming up those vocal cords. She's getting ready to sing. She's getting ready to send Valencia to the Final Four here. Lasaw gets two back. What is median wages in Australia for a month? That is a good question. Probably as Valencia get fouled, they'll go to the free throw line. Probably about $6,000 a month. But our cost of living is significantly higher than Serbia. 6,000 before tax, so probably about 4,000 after tax. So $1,000 a week Australian, which is to euros. So about 600 euros a week. Sarko throws an absolute rocket there. That was a very ordinary free throw. Doesn't get it to go. 71-57. Got my dog here trying to pester me. Doesn't realise that we're in game 5 and there's 4 minutes to go. Sarko at the line for his second free throw. Yeah, right, all right. So you're about just under the mean. What is the average rent or mortgage where you are though? I guess that's probably in line with that. As Lasort can't get it to go. Ball out of bounds. They're going to say that it's Panathinaikos ball. Braxton Key wants to challenge it. There's 1.9 seconds on the shot clock. I wouldn't even bother. Yeah, so as I said, median rent in Australia is about $700 a week as well. So you basically need two full-time incomes to cover a rent. Yeah. So the median rent for Australia nationally is $700, as I said, and median income's just above that per week. So it's not too bad. It's always interesting looking at that stuff. Thompson with the ball for Valencia now, 3:40 on the clock. I have to say, if they can't chip away at this lead before we get down to 2.5 minutes, they're not carving it down at all. Thompson from way downtown for 3, doesn't go. CD Osman gets the rebound. 3:20 on the clock. Thompson a reach-in foul. Great having you all tuning in. This one looks like it's going to drift out and blow out in the end, so we appreciate you all tuning in. Make sure to hit like on the video. Hit subscribe on the channel if you can. Help us get towards that next step of 900 subscribers as Nigel Hayes-Davis puts down 2 for Panathinaikos. Just lets them chip away a little bit down to a 12-point game. Up to 15 points, Hayes-Davis. And down to 3:10 on the clock. A lot of stoppages in this one. Now we've got a foul. Bardio gives away the turnover there. So now, 12-point ball game. Is this Panathinaikos' chance just to chip away again? Maybe a 3 would be big. 2 definitely do the job, but 3 would be massive. Little fadeaway jumper, left short. And Bardio can't keep the rebound after he takes it. None over the top. And brought home by Lasort. 10-point ball game. 2:40 on the clock. Not heaps familiar. Obviously, understand the role, Ore, but yeah, not my forte certainly. I work in mergers and acquisitions in insurance, so very different space. Outside of doing all my commentary. So, foul at the other end now. Valencia will be at the free throw line. 2:32 on the clock. Montero gets the first one there. Still 2-2 in that Serbian Cup, all right. Great to have you all tuning in. Feel free, like Ore is, jump into those comments, get involved in the conversation. Second free throw drops as well. 12-point ball game. Montero up to 8 points and 5 rebounds. CD Osman for 3, and he hits it. That's big, but is it going to be too little too late? 9-point ball game. 2 minutes and 10 to go. Over the top it comes now. Cam Taylor. Ball out of bounds. Last touch, Panathinaikos. 12 seconds on the shot clock. 2:02 on the game clock. Montero to inbound. Pops it over the top. Bunkel Barrio. Montero floats in. Can't get it to go. Assault can't take the rebound either. 1:45 on the clock. He can't get the ball away from Taylor. He finds Key open underneath the post. And with 1:40 on the clock, they get the dunk. And back to 11. Little fumble there from Hayes Davis, but he comes back again and takes it. Key defending heavy. They go for the three. None can't get it. Rivers takes it, and I reckon that could be it. I think it's all over from here. 1:20 on the clock. 11-point ball game. Fire it around Key. Branco Barrio. Rather than take the open three, they chew up the clock. Pops it over the top. Braxton Key. In. Rivers. Little feint. Up. Tips it in himself. 1:04 on the clock, and they lead by 13. Final minute here. Valencia are going to the final four. Jerry and Grant. Nigel Hayes-Davis will try and put up a three. Can't get it to go. And that just seals it. Branco Barrio with 47 seconds left. We'll slow it down. Montero. And there's a foul. And he knows it. 42 seconds on the clock. And it will be Valencia heading through for an all-Spanish semi-final in the final four of the EuroLeague. They'll take on Real Madrid. As on the other side, Fenerbahce from Turkey will take on Olympiacos from Greece. There was going to be two sides from one nation in the final four once we got down to this game. But it is the Spaniards who have the first home court victory of this series. They lost the first two games here in Valencia. They then went to Athens and clawed back two to level it up. And Panathinaikos, after leading this as the 7th seed up against the 2nd seed, 2-0, have had it slip from their grip. And C.D. Osman gives his 5th foul and he's out of the game. Both buckets drop from the free throw line. 79-64. It's blown out in the end. 40 seconds on the clock. Kendrick Nunn will go in and the ball slapped around here. Both sides happy to just chew it up. Branco Barrio to Montero. Montero could have just taken it home again. Just wants to slow it down. A little bit of push and shove here. Tempers fraying. There's a foul given, and then Rod Kavopoulos gave a little slap as well. It's all too little, too late, realistically. We'll run through the numbers to this point, and then we'll update them as we go from there. For Panathinaikos, 2 players in double digits. Nigel Hayes-Davis, 15 points. 2 rebounds. C.D. Osman, 10 points. He's now out of the game. 3 rebounds. 2 steals as well. The next best, Kendrick Nunn, 9 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. But an alarming 6 turnovers for Kendrick Nunn. Almost half of his team's turnovers. And then back to Matthias Lasor, 8 points, 3 rebounds. Other notables, Hernan Gomez, 5 points and 6 rebounds. Grant, 7 points, 10 rebounds. 10 assists, 4 rebounds and 1 steal. So good numbers from Sherry and Grant. He's been solid for them. And then on the other side, Branco Barrio, 20 points, including 8 of those from the free throw line. But he has been on fire today. 2 assists, 2 steals, 5 rebounds. And then we go back. Braxton Key, 12 points, 6 rebounds. Jean Montero, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. Cam Taylor, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. That is a big stat line from the American. I mean, official review here on what happened afterwards and whether or not it'll be a flagrant foul. Other notables, 6 points and 5 rebounds for Ruvers. 9 points for De La Ria. And they are most of the standouts as I can see them. 5 rebounds each for Costello and Saka. But that's as it sits at the moment. We go through the official review of the scuffle after it all. Interesting times. We'll see what comes here. Just dragging it out. Valencia have done well. They were knocked down and on the canvas after 2 games. And they've managed to bring it back. The referee just having a chat now with Jean Montero, the Dominican Republic player for Valencia. A little apology there. I think everyone realises that there's no need for... Sounds like we're going to have offsetting fouls anyway, so they're probably just going to get on with it, are they? What are we going to do here? Just a really sluggish start for the first 2 and a bit quarters. First 2 quarters probably, and then a little lapse in the start of the third. So Jean Montero is going to go to the free throw line here. 21.8 seconds on the clock. Montero hits the first one. Extends that lead out to 16. He hits the second one, and then he gets tech foul. Rodkovopoulos also got a technical foul, so they're going to be offset, but that is going to be it. Panathinaikos not going to worry about it here. They're shaking hands. Valencia go through to the Final Four. A huge thank you to you all for tuning in. As always, great to have you. We'll be back again tonight, Australian time, with some rugby league action as the Women's State of Origin heads to Game 2 up in Queensland. New South Wales up against Queensland. The biggest rivalry in Australian rugby league is State of Origin. This is the women's version. So we'll be back for that. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Great to have you with us, and we look forward to seeing you again on another one of our live watch-alongs very, very soon. Make sure to hit like on the video, hit subscribe on the channel, and we'll see you again very soon.